Learning something new shouldn't feel this hard, right? Wrong. It should drain you. It should feel this hard. And I'm about to tell you why that's the best news you'll hear all day. During the process of doing this new thing, which is YouTube for me, lately I found myself continuously telling myself that I'm doing this for the first time. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna feel scary. I've never done it before. I'm trying to proceed super cautiously. This is all new. Every step I take further on this journey is one I've never taken before. Every step is uncharted territory. And that's why I'm feeling so nervous and anxious at every new step. I think back to when I went hiking for the first time. I remember thinking how cool it was that I found myself so focused on putting one foot in front of the other, having to be so much more mindful of something I usually do without even thinking about it. After that, I was so mentally exhausted from the hike. When things are new, they can feel exhausting and overwhelming because our brains are processing so much new information. I put one foot in front of the other in some way or another every day, and I don't even think twice about it. But there I was thinking so hard about every step, assessing where would be the best next step, the safest next step. No, I wasn't in fear of falling off a cliff. I mean, it was my first hike after all. But I could twist my ankle or fall on some rocks, which I was definitely trying to avoid. When I'm hiking for the first time or learning a new editing technique, my brain isn't just a little busy. It's working overtime. Even though our brains only make up about 2% of our entire body weight, it uses about 20% of our body's total energy. And when we're tackling challenging mental tasks or processing lots of new information, it demands even more energy. Scientists have found that when you're not skilled at something yet, your brain has to exert even more energy than when you've already mastered it. This is why that hiking trail left me so mentally exhausted afterwards. I was consciously thinking through every step, using far more brain power than my everyday walking. And it's the same reason why I was completely drained after filming my first YouTube video. My brain is literally consuming more fuel to build new skills. So when you feel completely mentally drained after trying something new, that's not weakness. That's your brain working harder than usual because it hasn't built efficient pathways yet. All that exhausting work your brain is doing, it's actually building something incredible. Learning a new language, instrument, or skill like painting or cooking is forming fresh neural connections. This process is called neuroplasticity. It's the brain's ability to reorganize and rewire its neural connections, enabling it to adapt and function in ways that differ from its prior state. When you continuously learn, these neural pathways are protected and strengthened over time. And all this learning work you're doing, during sleep, the brain processes and stores all this information, turning those short-term memories into long-term skills. So yes, learning new things is exhausting at first, but that exhaustion is your brain literally building new infrastructure, creating new connections, and protecting itself for the future. The struggle isn't a sign you're doing it wrong. It's proof you're doing it right. When I was in college for architecture, I dedicated every year to learning a new program, and it was incredibly frustrating at first. Learning how all the new short keys worked and not knowing where to find or do anything was so annoying. I was constantly watching YouTube tutorials just to do simple tasks. At first, it took away so much of my time, making everything take 5 times longer than it would have if I would have just done it the way I already knew how. But this learning curve, these growing pains, were an investment in efficiency and skills. It was going to take time, and ultimately, it was 100% worth it. It helped me broaden my skills, and once I learned how to use the program, I ended up exponentially saving time in the future. Things take time. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. I keep coming back to this quote I heard. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Because perfectionism will tell you that if you can't do something perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. But that would mean that nobody would ever learn anything new. Doing it badly is still doing it. My first YouTube video, objectively not great. My first hike, yeah, I probably looked ridiculous overthinking every single step. My first time opening that new architecture program, yes, I probably spent 20 minutes looking for the tool that was right in front of my face the entire time. But Learning something new is going to be hard, and doing it, even not perfectly, is still making progress. And here's the thing, when you do something enough times, you won't be doing it badly anymore. Everyone you admire, everyone who makes it look effortless now, started exactly where you started as a beginner at some point. They just gave themselves permission to be bad at it first. 1% better may not feel like a lot in the moment, but in a week, a month, 6 months, a year, you're going to be in a different place than you were when you started. The beginner phase is the hardest part. It's not knowing what you don't know yet. And it's hard to optimize something that you've never done before. Here's what makes all of this worth it. Everything you learn compounds on itself. Those architecture programs I struggled with, those skills I built learning them, troubleshooting, teaching myself through tutorials, pushing through frustration, those didn't just help me in school. They've helped me in so many other ventures. Architecture, interior design, photography, video editing. Life has a way of building on itself. The things you learn in one challenge become tools in your toolkit for the next ones. And you never know which ones will matter later. Maybe learning video editing teaches you the patience that you need in another area of your life. Maybe the confidence you build hiking a new trail gives you the courage to speak up in a work meeting. The connections aren't always obvious, but they're always there. So if you're thinking about trying something new and it feels completely overwhelming, good. That means your brain knows it matters. That means you're about to grow. Put one foot in front of the other, even when it feels really hard. Actually, especially then. Create with intention, grow with curiosity, and remember to give yourself permission to be bad at it first.